Online gamers of Reddit, what was the funniest insult you ever received? Got sent an invoice for a donation to an autism charity. He dedicated the donation to my gamer tag. Suck my recently dropped nuts kid was gifted. Underrated. That kid is going places. You always have to respect a kid that uses his age as a weapon. Was an MMO he sent in the mail saying you suck with a bag of salt attached to it from crafting materials. I love sending salt to people in Moss. Of course, I tend to do it to people who are salty AF in global chat. Made friends with many support mains because of it. Lol, support type mains are always salty about people ignoring dungeon mechanics and dying stupidly. DPS, FFS healer didn't heal me. Healer, you had plenty of time to get out of the way. Even the tank dodged. Me tank, it's my job to get repeatedly hit in the face. How are you the stupid one? This healer sucks. 5 seconds after dude gets one shot from 100% health to 0. Every damn day. You mad round eye, followed by career number 1. Got to say, I have never been insulted for my eye shape before. I swear every time I play PUBG there's always a bunch of people yelling China number 1. After an Overwatch game I got a message from an enemy who said I bet I have more chromosomes than you. When insults backfire through a lack of understanding. It was great when I tried to explain it to him. You aim like Michael J. Fox on a roller coaster. I've actually put Michael J. Fox in the first row of a roller coaster. This is accurate. Source was Universal Studios employee, but did he shoot anyone? The Sandy has the map awareness of Christopher Columbus. Okay, this one is actually kind of clever. People like talking to you at parties because the music drowns out your personality. Apostrophe. Ouch. This wasn't in a game, but it's game related. A few years ago I was working the petrol station kiosk at the store I work at. Some kids, probably 9 to 12, were having a bit of a tiff with my colleague because they were ducking around in the car wash. He shoos them away and then comes back into the kiosk and says that as these kids ran away one of them shouted, "Find me on Minecraft, I'll fight you." The bloke is in his 30s, so it meant nothing to him, but I was keeled over laughing. The fight me IRL of future generations. Had someone call me an anti-Semitic piece of shit just out of the blue. Which to their credit really threw me off as it forced me to rewind mentally and try to re-evaluate all of what I had said previously. Was it that swastika emblem you created and forgot about? You sound like you eat cigarettes. They got that line from the Venture Brothers. You sound like an old man. This what you do now you retired. Later, the duck out of here with your dad sounding ass. That someone hopes I get herpes from sitting on a toilet seat because he was sure I would never get the opportunity to get it from having sex. I laughed for several minutes. I bet you look like you were drawn with my left hand. Playing Rocket League. I lost. Tell your mom to make your mac and cheese. I'll be home soon. I just kinda stared at that one for a second as I'm sitting there eating my mac and cheese. Buddy and I were playing Siege the other day and heard something beautiful. I'm from the south so naturally I always get the redneck jokes due to my accent. However, this fine gentleman carried it to a whole new level. After killing him, he said if you were any more inbred you would be a sandwich. I about lost my shit from laughing. 10/10ths would get insulted again. This is the only comment I saved in this thread because that is absolutely hilarious and incredibly clever. A. Sorry guys, pressed the wrong button. B. You pressed the wrong button when you installed the game. Or I'm not saying I carried you guys, I'm just saying you're heavy and my arms are tired. Apostrophe. One of my teammates in R6 Siege was playing Rook and kept forgetting to place his armor plates down. So my friend says, "God damn, you're almost as useless as my deck," managed to insult himself and the Rook at the same time. He sank the boat he was working on just to kill the captain. I'm sorry your dad beat you instead of cancer. Holy duck. Someone said to my friend during a Rainbow Six Siege match, "I hope your family gets carried away by ants." In Rainbow Six Siege this team is artistic. My friend was referred to as a useless bus weasel once. For some reason we found it absolutely hilarious and still laugh about it today. That's what I call my son when I have to change his diaper frequently. P Weasel. What color is your wheelchair? This was completely unprompted, no prior conversation. Used to play Lord of the Rings online, and generally that community is very kind, but one day I saw a global chat asking for heals for an instance I hadn't played much, so I joined them. We ran several times, but no matter what, the tank kept dying. As a minstrel, I was blamed somewhat rightly, but no matter what I did, the tank died. Group leader said, Celeb, I can explain how to heal for you, but I can't understand it for you. Was funny and stung a bit. Then the tank pipes up and said he was running with wrong passive skills. We ran one more time and got through the whole instance without a death. So at least there's that. I think it was part of the AskReddit instance. Those were fun times. Your brain can easily be emulated on my Casio calculator. Halo 3 custom games. Guy proceeds to insult me for being British. Classic tea and crumpets jokes. Bad teeth stereotype jokes. Hear his mum in the background. She's British. User has left the game. Hear his mum. There his mum. Everywhere his mum. Go sleep in your igloo, you dumb Canadian. It probably melted with that fiery burn. I'm gonna smell your nipple hair so much you cry. I don't even understand this one. My buddy and I captured a base back in the day on RDR Online, the first base you break into in the story. I believe these 3 kids were determined to keep their base and repeatedly failed. They got pissed off and eventually left. Fast forward to an hour later, in the northern section of the map, and it happens again. Through proximity chat we hear him telling his new online older brother, those other guys, etc. Another fight over a base ensues, and once again they lose badly, rolling rock rifles FTW. Then, I heard the one insult I'll never forget to this day. This kid told me, very loudly and angrily, to smoke some weed and have sex with a black person. We couldn't stop laughing. I think it's the nicest insult anybody's wished upon me. He really just wanted you off the ducking game, so he could take the base back. Me and a buddy had some kid trapped in the saloon in that swamp town in Red Dead. Kid goes, come on me man. Come on me. I'd say we died laughing, but we killed the shit out of him a bunch of times. Come on me, bro. In Dota 2, not even Noah had to carry this many animals. I didn't receive it, but someone on my team said it in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, a first-person shooter we demolished, and he said I would call your aim cancer, but cancer kills people. Edit. Holy shit, this blew up. My total karma was like 600 before this. Back when WoW was new, I killed some mage who was harassing lower level players in one of the town on a PvP server. He came back, so I killed him again. This continued for a while, until he finally left the area and stopped killing the lower level players. Since Alliance players couldn't communicate with Horde players, he logged off his Alliance character, made a Horde character, or had a second account, I'm not sure, then sent me a PM in game. Wow, you're as cool as a Saturn full of Creed fans. I'm sure he stole the insult from somewhere, but it was the first time I'd ever heard it. Laughed my ass off. Early days of WoW was too fun for insults, particularly because you couldn't chat cross-faction. To have someone legit make a turn on your faction just to talk shit is like the biggest confirmation of your badassery. They took so much time just to rage on you. Edit. Yes, I know that you weren't able to make a ton of each faction on PvP servers. I happened to play on a non-PvP server, so that was a possibility for me. Options. How to play. Overheard someone playing LOL in an internet cafe yelling at the top of his lungs, I can't wait to shit in your soul. I didn't know that game was so intense. I have been told to kill myself playing that game 10 times this week. People are really nice this week. I had a kid tell me he was gonna jump in a time machine and go bang my grandma. That way he'd be my grandfather. He'd then walk out on my father, giving him emotional issues, causing him to take them out on me, giving me a terrible upbringing. Had a kid tell me he was going to come to my house, ring my doorbell and run away. Also had the same kid inform me he was going to come to my house, use the toilet and pee a little bit on my toilet seat. I'd shit on your carpet at night. Why? Just why? My carpet has done nothing to you. It's a carpet, let the carpet be carpet. You're the reason I support doctor-assisted suicide. Edit. Of course this becomes my top comment. You live in your mom's basement, you anti-social f-king laserminutes. Later we hear a female voice followed by him yelling, leave me alone, I'm playing a game. Momi laughed so hard. Shut up, your mother have mustache. Mama Maya. You are a big egg. Shut up you egg.